For nearly 80 years, the Juvenile Welfare Board has had a heart for kids, safeguarding their rights and needs, and investing to give them the best opportunities to fulfill their potential and lead meaningful, purposeful lives. JWB and our partners are passionate about children, both because they are the innocent who cannot control their circumstances, and because, as a society, improving children's lives today and into the future is simply a smart investment. As we reflect on our impact last year, it's clear that children are the heart of our work. We grew our investments to expand our reach and to meet families where they are, responded rapidly to address emergent needs, and maximized our partnerships for better outcomes for kids.
Last year, JWB invested $110 million in 98 quality programs with 51 nonprofits that strengthened the lives of more than 77,000 children and families. Plus, tens of thousands more benefited from JWB campaigns and initiatives. The impact of these investments was huge. 9,000 parents received brain-building bags to keep babies on track. Plus, thousands more visited our new Turbo Babies exhibit. 14,000 books went to parents from Reach Out and Read Pediatrics. And JWB's newest Quality Early Learning Center opened in Clearwater to serve working families and their babies. JWB's School Success Youth showed promise on Florida's standardized assessment, with scores trending up for both math and English language arts. 6,500 families were reminded that kindergarten counts for early school attendance. And our grade-level reading campaign gave away 16,000 books to kids, thanks to VIP volunteers aboard our summer book bus. Our Children's Mental Health Initiative served record numbers last year. 17,000 children were screened, resulting in 7,700 behavioral health visits within pediatric practices. 850 families received real-time assistance from JWB's Family Services Initiative. 4,000 fathers were given materials and a voice through our Fatherhood Collaborative. 6,000 new parents were educated on infant-safe sleep at delivery hospitals. 3,000 kids received free swim lessons. Plus, 98% of parents receiving in-home supports were free of abuse or neglect during and after services. JWB and our childhood hunger partners provided 6 million meals to kids, filling food gaps and stocking pantries across the county. Our 3 community councils and staff partnered on family-centered activities, released new funds that supported a dozen community events, and hosted 3 Grand Families events, reaching over 500 grandparents with resources. Plus, JWB's Youth Leadership Committee led a project to create and deliver meal prep kits to teens. Our organization and staff were spotlighted last year for numerous awards. The GFOA designation for Outstanding Accounting Practices for the 5th year in a row, the Bell Seal Award for Workforce Mental Health, a Best Place to Work by the Tampa Bay Business Journal, and multiple staff accolades, including JWB CEO being named a boss for babies for her leadership in the 0 to 3 space. JWB hired 8 new staff last year, including a new Chief Financial Officer, implemented new internal processes for efficiencies and a comprehensive streamlined data system called JWB Flex, celebrated our JWB staff, plus we secured a new stockroom, van, and staff member to support outreach efforts. We continue to offer meaningful training opportunities for JWB staff and providers, including last year's Rockin' Out of School Time Conference. Our Children's Summit gathered local leaders around the impact of social media on youth well-being, and a standing room only crowd celebrated 4 Kids First winners, Spence Scholarship recipients, plus
Carol Cook, you can add the 2024 Dillinger McCabe putting children's first on this list. Congratulations.
JWB approved more than $14 million in new program investments last year, including $3.5 million for 12 new programs aligned with our strategic plan, $2.6 million for capital improvements to funded programs, investments to grow JWB's campaigns and initiatives, plus program increases to expand services, target critical needs, and address funding losses.
As the chair of the board, I'm most proud of the actions that we've taken this year. As a board member, we stress putting today's money for today's children. As a judge, I am most proud that JWB has invested in grand families. It keeps kids out of my courtroom, but it also gives the grandparents the services that they need to make sure that their grandchildren and great-grandchildren are cared for in the community.
JWB stepped in when federal funding cuts threatened access to life-saving domestic violence and family legal aid programs, and to meet critical needs like family homelessness, with targeted investments in rapid rehousing, a best practice intervention designed to quickly move families into permanent housing first. Last year, JWB invested in Directions for Living and the Society of St. Vincent de Paul to deliver this model, which has reduced the number of families on a list for housing services from more than 100 to less than 30.
To do the best practices in this really took a lot of courage of the leadership and the governance of the Juvenile Welfare Board. Our goal is to provide them the services that they need for only the amount of time that they need those services. We as an organization don't just provide services. We inject love and we inject hope into a world of hopelessness.
JWB responded in big ways to emergent needs of families last year. Over summer, when pandemic-related nutrition benefits ended, JWB and our partners hosted 6 mobile pantries, providing 2,000 families with over 80,000 pounds of food. Then, in the aftermath of back-to-back hurricanes, JWB's response was swift and highly effective, thanks to existing partnerships and the flexible funding and support of our board. This included an allocation of up to $500,000 for hurricane relief. Efforts included infant items like car seats, diapers, and pack-and-plays, gap funding for programs that sustain damages, family services initiatives scale up to meet basic needs, a drive-through food distribution serving 400 families, and JWB connected community needs to our funded agencies, like the 500 residents of the Standard Apartments.
The Maddie Williams Center was called to an apartment complex that had been completely flooded in the storm. And when we arrived, all of those families were out in the elements, no food, no shelter, no water. They had lost everything. And it made a huge difference to see the Juvenile Welfare Board there in person, the chief executive officer there, senior leadership there on the ground.
The hurricanes also left 2 Pinellas County schools unusable.
We had to get our students back in school as quickly as possible, back to some sense of normalcy. JWB stepped up and worked with out-of-school time providers to provide additional care as we had to shift school schedules, and it was in this year of difficult times that JWB was right there with us, shoulder to shoulder, helping our children, our families, and our community rebound.
JWB leads the way in strengthening the lives of our county's children. But we couldn't do it without our countless partnerships. Experts from area hospitals and pediatric practices helped inform our work and support our campaigns and initiatives. We also enjoyed strong partnerships with institutions of higher learning. Since 2018, JWB has invested in 450 scholarships with St. Petersburg College, 72 last year alone.
St. Petersburg College and the Juvenile Welfare Board, affectionately known as JWB, are like family. And I am so proud of the college's long-standing partnership with JWB. In particular, the impact we are making to advance our community's Early Childhood Educators program is second to none. Research has consistently shown that the formative years, birth to age 3, are critical for a child's overall development and success. We are grateful to be able to offer scholarships that lift up individuals and allow them to continue to work in the child care field while earning their degrees. Together, we are creating better jobs, students are living better lives, and we are building better communities.
Congratulations to Pinellas County Schools for their historic District Level A grade last year. JWB enjoys a far-reaching partnership with the school district, working closely with their leadership team and with Superintendent Hendrick, who serves on our board.
When you think about JWB, one of the things I think about right away is mental health, supporting students in mental health. We really wanted to educate our children on what are the dangers of social media, what is happening when you spend too much time on the phone. And JWB walked alongside of us to develop a campaign, and it was a big partner in helping spread that message throughout the community. Grade level reading campaign goes along a long-standing tradition with JWB and to try to really make sure students read at grade level. And that starts in the earliest years with turbo babies to make sure students have that basic foundation of reading, bringing the book bus out to those in the community, individual programming that's happening with partners like Shirley Proctor Puller or others. We're proud to have the highest third grade reading scores we've had under the new state's accountability system. JWB has been a huge partner in making that happen and a big success of the literacy rates of our children.
We do it all for the love of kids.
From the time they are born, children count on their parents and other caring adults to love, nurture, and guide them. JWB and our partners are committed to making the health, safety, and well-being of our county's children the top priority. And our guiding principles are at the heart of the matter. We embrace collaboration, pursue innovation, and embody accountability, and value every child. It's all for the love of kids.